Hello and welcome. This is Hussein Al Ali, and we are here to talk about root cause failure analysis, RCFAs, RCFA, initiating, investigating, and reporting guidelines. And this is being brought to you on behalf of Arrelic, your reliability partner. So welcome and hope that we have a very useful session going through this presentation. We have around 40 slides in here, and we'll go through them one by one, starting from the title, root cause failure analysis and defect elimination, core aspects of reliability to ensure sustainability. We'll be talking about CREI problem statement. You might ask, what is CREI? CREI stands for concern, requirement, evidence, and impact. What is RCFA? Of course, RCFA is root cause failure analysis. So we'll be talking about RCFA types, RCFA benefits, RCFA analysis tools. There is a video on Jefferson Memorial RCFA, tips for why analysis, base approach for problem solving, RCFA process, RCFA final report and recommendation flow. Spending a few minutes talking about leadership, key takeaways for effective RCFA, and there are some examples, and there will be some videos and case studies which we will share together towards the end of this presentation. The intent is to shift from reactive to proactive approach. Nobody wants to be living in a reactive culture. When you are in a reactive culture, it means that the machines and the assets are controlling you. You should always try to be in a proactive culture where you are in control of what you want to do with the assets. So you need to leave to map failure mode and assess what went wrong in corrective maintenance, add failure modes. Leverage to design preventive maintenance plan, incorporate existing knowledge in future designs. So if you have a problem, you should not have the same type of problem later. You should be able to adapt prevention measures in order to prevent the failure. Definition of problem and where do gaps arise. Gap between current condition, the as is, and the desired performance level, what must be or should be or could be. This gap can exist in a process, product, or system. A problem can only be considered to be valid if what should be is specified. You have to know what you want to achieve. So where do gaps arise? They may arise from receiving a customer complaint, non-conforming output of a process, out of control process, management systems not being followed. Maybe there has been a safety incident. Maybe there has been environmental releases, goals not being achieved, can be actual, potential, or actually generated. This is the CREI definition. It's a tool for communicating the gap. The concern, what is wrong? Statement of non-conformity. Requirement, what should it be? It should be documented requirement or reference to. Evidence, data demonstrating that something is wrong. Objective evidence observed that supports a statement of non-conformity. And the impact is how significant is the problem from a performance and or cost standpoint. So you need to know these four things. What is wrong? When we talk about the concern, we need to know what is wrong, what is different than what should it be, maybe recognized as a symptom, which is the effect, or as a failure condition, failure mode. Define in terms of requirement, and it needs to be done in a language that the organization understands. Now, the requirement is what should be, must be defined and valid, can be found in procedures, policies, drawings, specifications, etc. One reason problems are not effectively solved is that the requirement is not clearly known or defined. So we really have to focus on establishing what the requirement is. Reference where requirement can be found, state as defined in requirement document. The requirement cannot be pulled from thin air. It needs to be documented somewhere. And the evidence demonstrates requirement is not being fulfilled. So there is an evidence to show that your requirements are not being achieved. Data initially gathered associated with problem. Objective evidence collected while auditing process or system. It must be verifiable, can be tangible, a statement of admission, or observed. Now we talk about the impact. How big is the problem? How much does it cost? Is the customer affected? Is it affecting fulfillment of organizational goals? Refer to effect and severity ranking on FMEA for performance impact. FMEA, of course, means failure mode and effect analysis. Also consider cost impact. In the case of auditing findings, typically auditors do not cite impact as this could be viewed as subjective. Impact should be determined by auditee upon their review of the audit finding. So the purpose of problem solving is to identify the real cause and take action to prevent them from reoccurring. If you look at the top part of the slide, it shows that when we adopt a quick fix solution, yes, you fix the problem, but after a while, you have to refix that same problem again and again and again. In this particular example, it shows that over 4 times duration, total man hours spent in 1 year is about 104 hours. If we adopt the root cause solution, yes, initially we will spend a lot more than just fixing the problem because we will be analyzing first to get to the root cause, and then it may also take us longer to fix the problem properly and correctly But because we have fixed the root cause, we avoid the reoccurrence of the problem over a number of months. And in this particular example, we have avoided the problems to happen in that same year. And so the total man hours spent at the beginning of the problem, which is 18 hours, much higher than the usual 4 hours per the quick fix solution. But this 18 hours is all the time we spent to fix the problem compared with 104 hours spent in the previous quick fix solution approach. So focusing on root cause solutions, yes, takes us longer, but in the long run gives us much improved savings. And look at this example, 18 hours compared with 104 hours. So using the right resources to fix the problem correctly the first time may take longer and even more effort, but the end result is a more efficient use of valuable resources. So what is root cause failure analysis? Root cause failure analysis is an in-depth process or technique for identifying the most basic factor or factors underlying a variation in performance, hence creating a problem. So we focus is on systems and processes. It's not about focusing on the individuals. RCFA is the process of analyzing cause and effect relationship between events, thereby helping identify true causes of a problem and actions necessary to eliminate it. And there are a number of different types of RCFA, starting with safety-based RCFA, investigating accidents, occupational safety and health, root causes, unidentified risks, or inadequate safety engineering, or maybe missing safety barriers. In terms of production-based RCFA, quality control for industrial manufacturing and root causes can be non-conformance like malfunctioning steps in the production line. Process-based RCFA, extension of production-based RCFA includes business processes, root causes, individual process failures. And then system-based RCFA, hybrid of the previous types. New concepts includes and risk management. Root causes, organizational culture, and strategic management. Whether we know the cause. Now, in front of us, we see a rectangular split into 4 rectangles. On the left-hand side of the rectangles, you either solution is known or solution not known. And in the bottom of the slide, first 2 triangles, cause known, or the second type of the rectangles, cause not known. So if you have a situation of solution not known, cause known, you need to brainstorm and seek expert help. But you have a solution where solution known and cause known, you immediately go into task force to fix the problem. When the cause is not known and the solution is not known, you need to do root cause analysis. When the solution is known, but the cause is not known, it's a matter of trial and error. By eliminating the root cause, some of the benefits you get is you save time and money. Problems are not repeated. You reduce rework, retest, reinspect, poor quality costs, etc. Problems are prevented in other areas. Communication improves between groups and process cycle times. No rework loops. Save a lot of time there. Secure long-term company performance and profits. RCFA analysis tools most commonly use the 5 whys, brainstorming, fishbone analysis, or as is sometimes referred to as Ishikawa diagram, then cause mapping or cause and effect analysis. These are the most commonly used types, but there are also other root cause failure analysis tools. And here we're talking about, or maybe more than 20 different types, as you can see in the slide. Now, just for a few minutes, we're going to see an example of an RCFA video regarding Jefferson Memorial. So we'll start it now.
A popular monument in the United States. Repairing the stone or painting over the worn areas was too expensive. So park rangers turned to root cause analysis and started asking why.
Why was the stone deteriorating?
High-powered sprayers were being used to wash the memorial every 2 weeks.
Why were high-powered washings needed every 2 weeks?
Because of bird droppings.
Asking why stopped because it seemed the cause was found. Workers put nets around the building, but they were unsightly, and the birds found ways around them. So it was back to the drawing board, or the 5 whys.
Why are there so many birds?
They come to feed on spiders.
Why are there so many spiders?
They feed on insects at night.
Why are there so many insects?
They're attracted by lights that shine on the memorial at night.
With a new cause found, questions stopped, and a plan was created to reduce the amount of time the memorial spent in the spotlight at night, and it worked. The insects were reduced by 90%, and with the root cause removed, the excessive cleaning was no longer needed. An unexpected benefit was a cost savings realized by using less electricity. This highlights how root cause analysis can involve trial and error, and how the 5 whys isn't always limited to exactly 5 questions. Read more about root cause analysis and the Jefferson Memorial story at the link below.
Okay, so just one of the examples there using Jefferson Memorial, and as you've seen, asking the questions 5 times, or maybe even sometimes more than 5 times, it gives you to the root cause, and you get a solution that is longer lasting and has much more economical return to the organization. Tips for the why analysis. It should be done within 24 hours of problem occurrence. Persons who was present when the problem occurred should be part of the why analysis. And why analysis should be done at the location where the problem has occurred. Stop when the answers become less important, and stop when the root cause condition is isolated. Ask why 5 times, can extend maximum of 7 times. If you'll not find the possible solution, then use other RCFA tools. But usually doing this, you will get to, in most cases, get to the root cause. Base approach for problem solving. So you need to understand the solution and to understand the situation, I beg your pardon. Investigate the causes and solve and standardize and generalize. So once you solve the problem, you can see that this solution can apply elsewhere, so you can standardize it and apply it elsewhere. So really the effort that you spend to understand the situation and then to investigate the causes have much more lasting impact on the organization, as you can see here described in the slide. RCFA process: identify problem, identify team, take immediate action in doing the root cause, establish action plan. Step 6, complete the plan. Step 7, follow up the plan. And step 8, validate. Again, following the process one step to the next. Identifying the problem, clearly state the problem for the team to solve. Teams should refer back to problem statement to avoid getting off track and use the 5Y approach. 5W, it's called 2H. 5Y, and the 2H is how and how many. 5Y, 2H, who, what, when, where, why, how, and how many. Digital has significantly simplified step 1. All this work that the digitalization processes have been applied in organizations have helped to significantly simplify step 1 with the good use of data. And the data not only can predict nowadays, but it can also, using the infrared, using the intelligence, it can actually get you to the precise situation of what is the condition of the machine and how long does this machine have before it will actually fail on you. Step 2, identify the team. When a problem cannot be solved quickly by an individual, use a team. It should consist of domain knowledge experts, small group of people, 4 to 10 maximum, with the process and product knowledge, available time and authority to correct the problem. Must be empowered to change the rules. Should have a designated team leader, and the membership in team can be changing. Immediate action, step 3, must isolate effects of problem from customer only temporary until corrective action is implemented. Must also verify that immediate action is effective. Verify immediate action. Immediate action is activity implemented to screen, detect, and/or contain the problem. Must verify that immediate action was effective. Run pilot tests. Make sure another problem does not arise from the temporary solutions. Ensure effective screens and detections are in place to prevent further impact to customer until permanent solution is implemented. Step 4, finding the root cause. Brainstorm possible causes of problem with team and organize causes with cause and effect diagram. Use the 5Y method to further define the root cause of symptoms. May involve additional research, analysis, investigation to get to each why. Must identify the process that caused the problem. If root cause is company-wide, elevate these process issues outside of the team control to upper management to address. Step 5, action plan. Corrective action plan must verify the solution will eliminate the problem. Verification before implementation wherever possible. Define exactly What actions will be taken to eliminate the problem? Who is responsible? When will it be completed? Make certain customers is happy with actions. And here, of course, customers, internal as well as external. Define how the effectiveness of the corrective action will be measured. Verification versus validation. Verification assures that at a point in time, the action taken will actually do what is intended without causing another problem. And the validation provides measurable evidence over time that the action taken worked properly and any problem has not reoccurred. Step 6, complete the plan. Make certain all actions that are defined are completed as planned. If one task is still open, verification and validation is pushed back. If the plan is compromised, most likely the solution will not be as effective. Step 7, follow-up plan. What actions will be completed in the future to ensure that the root cause has been eliminated by this corrective action? Who will look at what data? How long after the action plan will this be done? What criteria in the data results will determine that the problem has not reoccurred? Validate and celebrate. What were the results of the follow-up? If problem did reoccur, go back to step 4 and re-evaluate the root cause, then re-evaluate corrective action in step 5. If problem did not reoccur, celebrate team success. Always good to celebrate, encourages the team to be successful again and again. Document savings to publicize team effort, obtain customer satisfaction, and continued management support for the teams. Final report will be having major outlines as following: team members, executive summary, RCFA overview, sequence of events, cause analysis, recommendations, key learning, implementation plan, and appendices. So the recommendation flow, starting from the left side of the slide, RCFA report approved, recommendation form filled, submit form to RCFA coordinator, develop recommendation, and so on. All the way you go until you have all the recommendation completed, then you close the RCFA form, signifying the end of the recommendation flow. Now, takeaways, key takeaways for effective RCFA from a leadership standpoint. Failure mode should be currency of conversation. So we should be able to talk about them. Track failure mode wise MTBF for critical assets. What is MTBF? Mean time between failure. Integrated RCFA approach powered by digital for sustainability. Focus on opportunity for improvement rather than blaming people. Blaming brings very bad negative energy in your organization, so avoid it. Integrate with production system and CI initiatives. So example, YY analysis. Puddle of water on the roof, on the floor. Why? Leak in overhead pipe. Why there is a leak in the overhead pipe? Because the water pressure is set too high. Why was it set too high? Because water pressure valve is faulty. So valve not in the preventive program. So fix the issue by including the checking of the valve in the preventive maintenance program in order to solve the root cause and avoid the reoccurrence of the problem. Another example, if you have flat tire, why? Box of nails on shelf split open. Why was it open? Box got wet. Why it got wet? Because the rain threw a hole in the garage roof. Why did the rain get through the hole in the garage? Because roof shingles are missing. So you fix the roof shingles and you don't have to fix so many punctures in your tire. Now, briefly, we talk about the fishbone analysis. Why it's called fishbone? Because look at it, it looks like a fish with many bones, a skeleton of a fish, and you look at the method, you look at the person, material, and machine, and whenever something crops up in the discussion, you project it showing it as another bone. Poor project plan, inadequate computer program, poor documentation, and so on. All of this resulting into the event which did not complete the project on time. It's also called Ishikawa diagram, with reference to the name of the Japanese gentleman who adopted the idea. An example here, employee turnover rate has been increasing. Why? Employees are leaving for other jobs. Why? Employees are not satisfied. Why? Employees feel that they are underpaid. Why? Other employers are paying higher salaries. Why? Demand for such employees has increased in the market. So you have to align yourself with what is happening in the market. And that brings us to the end of I hope it has been a useful session for you. Of course, at any time, you can reach us at info@arrelic.com. We begin conversation on root cause failure analysis and enhance its effectiveness. Thank you very much and goodbye.